Starting my day with some water with LMNT Electrolytes, some creatine, and just a decaf coffee with some collagen peptides, and a little bit of half and half. This is my new start to the morning, and then I will, in a little bit, make my breakfast. I'm gonna sit here before a crazy, chaotic Monday morning kicks off for work. I got my planner, just making sure everything's mapped out for the day, know what meetings I have. I'm gonna drink my water with electrolytes, and I'm just going to hang out, play with my pup a little bit, and get the day going. I'm gonna quickly make my breakfast, which is now going to be a strawberry and banana smoothie. So I have bananas, strawberries, some hemp hearts, 10 grams of protein added with some good omegas, chia and flax seeds. I got some Greek yogurt and some almond milk. Eventually, I will phase this out, but I had this on hand and I am not wasting anything, I'm not throwing anything out. But eventually I'll move into just like a cleaner version of almond milk that's like 2 ingredients, really like not as processed. So this is gonna be my breakfast. All right, so I just wrapped up the first half of my day and I am shocked because I was hoping when I built out this plan that I would be able to go from breakfast to lunch without feeling hungry at all, no snacking, nothing. And that's why I moved my fruit smoothie to be like the first thing in the morning, because I thought it would be filling with everything that I put in that smoothie. And it was. So we'll just see how the week progresses and how I feel. But I didn't need to have any sort of snack in the morning time, which has been my kryptonite the past couple of days. So I got to take my dog out for her walk so she can get some steps in. I also can get some fresh air, little sun, give me the pick-me-up that I need to tackle the second half of the day and mentally prepare for my workout that I have later at the gym. It's a full body workout. But yeah, I am just excited to get some fresh air really, because today so far has been a little bit of a crazy day, but nowhere near what it has been the past couple weeks, so I'll take it. Do you want to go outside for your walk? Or you just want to stay on your heating pad and be lazy? This is all I want to do. I just want to lay around all day. But we have to go outside for your walk. When I said in my visions of 2026 video that lunch is something that it just trips me up. Because I hear people saying it should be the biggest and best meal of the day, and then I'm like, hear other things where make sure you really get it protein heavy. You want to make sure that you have it if you're going to be working out, later this afternoon, like so many million different things. And I'm trying to find the perfect lunch, and I realize there is no perfect lunch. Just put things on a plate that you want to eat and you'll be happy, and it actually is still high protein. Shockingly, I love cottage cheese. Never thought I would be that person. But I think if I had to calculate this, don't take my word for it, but if I had to calculate this, what is that, 24 grams of protein, 7 grams of protein, and 4 pieces of shrimp, should we say 15 grams of protein? I don't know, something around there. I mean, this is a pretty hefty, let's just say over 40 to 45 grams of protein in this. So I'm gonna enjoy this for lunch, then I'm gonna hop back on, do some meetings, and then just kind of see how this day goes. from the gym, about to make dinner. Already fed Rosie her dinner. But while I was working out at the gym, I just, from exercise to exercise, I just enjoyed it. And I don't know if I've had that much enjoyment at the gym in a very long time. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved the programming I did towards the end of last year, but I felt like it was a lot more than I wanted to do on each day. And I wanted to get back to some like simplicity of a workout to begin with so that I could keep wanting to show up, doing the exercises, build the momentum, be consistent, and just enjoy the process and learn about, you know, what I like and I don't like. And I think the bottom line is that you hear so much about people say, and it's so common sense, it's so much common sense, when they say the most successful, say, diet, weight loss, fitness, health journey, lifestyle journey, whatever you're doing, the most successful ones are the ones that find something that they enjoy to do and they stick with it. They don't do anything that makes them miserable. They don't do anything that they shouldn't be doing. They're not doing things that people are telling them they should do. Like, for example, if somebody said to me, you should run a marathon. Well, I mean, I should, but I'm not going to. Those days are done. I would not get any enjoyment of trying to train to 26.2 miles at the current state of my life. Where I'm gonna get enjoyment is getting back to eating the foods I like to do that make me feel good, doing the workouts that it don't feel like a drag, you know, after a long day at work, and just enjoying the process. But once again, I'm in that honeymoon phase, right? Like, I'm literally on day 2. But the bottom line is that I showed up today, and I just have to keep doing that every single day. But I am hungry. I need to get my dinner ready. All right, so this is my dinner tonight. So I have a lettuce wrapped cheeseburger. I have pickles, shiitake mushrooms that I'm gonna put on top of the burger, and some garlic and salt air fried diced potatoes. Now, doesn't this look really good? I know you can barely even see the burger here, but this looks so, so good. Can't wait to crush this after a tough workout. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm wearing my ridiculous wind down glasses. Judge away. Hit me with the comments. I can take it. Skincare done. Rinsed off. Glasses on. Time to wind down, relax with my pup tonight, and see what tomorrow brings. All right, so I got my water, electrolytes, and creatine going. And then I also have my coffee with collagen peptides and half and half. I was reviewing my sleep score from last night. I'm sitting at 91%. Typically I'm more in the 95 to 97. But I knew it was gonna be a smidge bit lower, not because I didn't have a killer wind down routine, you know, those amazing glasses you saw me wear. It wasn't that, you know, anything to do with eating or working out or anything. It's just there was a bird around 3 a.m. that was just making so much noise, and I was like, oh my God, make it stop. And it did after about 15 minutes, and then eventually I fell back asleep, so I think I bounced back well. But I just like to monitor these things. I like to see how I wake up from my sleep, how I recovered from yesterday, and just see how, like, you know, how I do. So like basically it's telling me today to kind of keep myself in a zone 1, zone 2 range, which we shall see because I'm gonna do a run walk today so my heart rate will probably go up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get into zone 3, but it will be interesting to see. Maybe I stay in the 1-2 range and I'm kind of sticking to this and just see how I recover tomorrow. But today's gonna be another one of those, you know, busy days with work and just trying to stick to my plan. We'll see how it goes. Another strawberry banana fruit smoothie, but today I threw in, because it finally came in from Amazon, basil seeds. Don't shake your head until you try it. I used to put these in my smoothie every day, like a year or 2 ago, and then I ran out of them and never ordered it. But obviously I'm starting slow, and the fact that there's chia and flax seeds and hemp seeds in here, like, I am definitely not doing a full serving of this. But if I did, there is so much fiber. 15 grams of fiber in one serving. I'm all about protein and fiber these days. Yes, I'm turning into that person again. This is my lunch today. Slightly different than yesterday. Only one container of cottage cheese, and I added some pistachios. Still got my cheese and cucumbers and peppers and carrots. But I also have my bone broth. All in all, I'm not gonna say that I measured this or anything, but this is well over 45 grams of protein. And I'm really excited for having just kind of a variety for lunch. Now my second day. So it is 2:30 and I'm hitting a little bit of like some brain fog and feeling a little bit tired. Now I'm about to hop into a meeting, so maybe that'll distract me, but I'm currently drinking some water and I'm just telling myself, you cleaned up your eating, you are not hungry, you've had plenty of calories and protein for the day. It is just your body adjusting to going from the past week of doing whatever and eating whatever I wanted to really just getting back to what my body needs. So my body's adjusting and I just have to fight it right now. That's what I'm telling myself. And I'll see how my workout goes. And this will be a good test for me to see like, maybe I needed a little something before going to the gym in the next like 2 hours. But I think this is what you do. You just have to tell yourself to push through. You've had enough to eat. Everything will be fine. Drink your water. Get through the day. And here is dinner. I just love my air fryer. I talk about it all the time. But tonight, the exact same thing as I had last night. I was actually gonna make chicken thighs and then I remembered I had a burger left from last night. So I have a cheeseburger. I have some shiitake mushrooms, potatoes. I'll probably eat half of those. This will be my bun. I got some pickles, some avocado. I am so excited for this dinner and I'm perfectly fine eating the exact same thing from the night before. My absolute favorite thing to do at night is to play with Rosie. Go get it. Come on, sweetie. Well, I'm still on the floor. My dog has stopped playing with me and now she is ignoring me and chewing her cheese stick. But while I'm down here, I am gonna foam roll and do my massage gun because I just really need to make sure that I'm staying on top of like recovery. I'm gonna do just a couple minutes of mobility work and just relax and see how I feel tomorrow. So today I did my first run walk. I have not run in months and that doesn't even count because I only did it once. It was like the middle of last year. I wanted to start jogging again and I went to the gym and I did once and I just completely stopped because I went all out and I was like, what were you thinking? Why are you doing this? So tonight I scheduled that I would do a 5-minute warm up and then a series of 7. So it would be total of 7 series where it was jog for a minute, walk for 2 minutes. Like I said, 7 times. And then I just did a cool down for another 5 minutes, all on a nice little like even neutral playing field on the treadmill. I was not running out in that cold. And I think my heart rate stayed really in the zone 2, which is exactly what I wanted. I only wanted to break a small sweat. I just wanted to do what I said I was going to do. And that's exactly what I did tonight. I said I was gonna run walk and I did a little run walk session and gonna do the exact same thing on Thursday. I think for the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna do this series. And then maybe the next week I might, instead of 7, I might crank it up to 8 or 9 series and just keep it that way for a little while and see how my body does. And then eventually I'll get back to a 1-to-1 and then I'll ease into maybe doing like a couch to 5K. I don't plan on ever doing a marathon again. Well, I say never, but I probably won't. Let's be real here. I left everything I had on that course, dragging my leg behind me after I got hurt. I was like, there's cake at the finish line. I need to finish this. And that's a true story. But overall, I thought today was a great day. I'm about to start my wind down routine. Gotta get my ridiculous glasses out and do my skincare, rinse off, and just relax and, you know, just see what tomorrow brings. I mean, today's really just literally day 3. So I'm still in that honeymoon phase. I'm still enjoying, you know, everything. And we're just gonna keep trying to build that momentum and just get back to enjoying the things that I enjoy to do and stop overcomplicating and overthinking things. And we'll just take it day by day. So see what tomorrow brings. So today I am having watermelon salt, and then I'm just grabbing some creatine, and I already made my coffee for this morning. I'm gonna sip on all of this and hang out with this crazy pup. Currently back on the floor playing with my dog, but one of the things I wanted to point out this morning is that I don't feel sore. Like, I don't really feel sore at all from just doing a 30-minute run walk session, which is exactly what I want. But the one thing that I make sure I have accessible, let me show you, is that I keep my foam roller, and I also have a little basket that has my mini massage gun, and I have a couple bands in here to just do a little bit of work, like every other day, or just when I'm feeling a little bit tight. I think that is super important. And plus, I'm kind of doing two things. I'm playing with my dog, and I'm also just working on a little like mobility work and just making sure that I am not stiff, because, even though I do sit and stand and walk at my desk all day, I don't get as much activity during the day as I probably should. So I'm just, got a couple little things that I can do. It takes me 5 minutes, and I feel great afterwards. I'm not gonna show it to you, but I also, every morning, put this in the microwave. It's a little like heating pack, and I just put it on my back. Once again, super preventative stuff so that I don't have any flare-ups. And I'm not gonna say how long it's been, because I don't wanna jinx myself, because I said, that I haven't been sick in 2.5 years, and I got really sick around the holidays. So we are not gonna go there. But yeah, I think it's just always keep things accessible that that you need to do, and also is a good reminder. Just whipped up my smoothie that I've been enjoying in the mornings for the past 3 days, and I'm just gonna have it for the foreseeable future. But it's just, bananas, well, half a banana, some strawberries, some Greek yogurt, almond milk, chia and flax seeds, hemp hearts, and also, or hemp seeds, I think that hemp heart seeds, I don't know. And then also a little bit of basil seeds for some fiber, so a good amount of fiber and protein and just nutrients in this. There's one drawback. There is one drawback. And I don't know if it's anything to do with GLP-1s or not. I've talked about it before, or just the fact that it is just cold here. But I have to drink it lately with a heating blanket on, because I'm just so cold. I am so cold. I'm a baby. But I've enjoyed this. I already had my coffee, as you saw earlier, with my water. And this will probably be done in like a minute or two. And hopefully, like yesterday and the day before, it keeps me satiated until lunchtime. What a day it has been so far. I have yet to be able to get my walking pad out, because I try to use it every day for at least 45 minutes to an hour, but I have to make sure that I'm using it during meetings or like work where I'm just like reviewing, testing, checking, and not like actually physically doing a lot of like production work, because I cannot walk and do that as well. It's just, I keep trying, and I've come to the conclusion that there's just going to be only certain times of my workday where I'm going to be able to use my walking pad. But hopefully this afternoon I can fill in at least another 45 minutes, just because I'm trying to do that every single day. But I did just come back from taking my dog out for a nice walk. She actually wanted to walk today. The day I didn't bring my camera, she actually wants to walk. So maybe she's just camera shy. I don't know. But I do have my lunch, just the same thing that I've had the past 2-3 days. Some carrots, cottage cheese, cucumbers, peppers, a little block of Parmesan cheese. And then I'm gonna lift this up slowly because it's filled to the brim, especially when it's cold. My bone broth, my chicken bone broth, trust me. If you have a Wegmans near you, find the Wegmans organic chicken bone broth, and then comment below when you find it and tell me how amazing it is. If you like chicken noodle soup or chicken broth, like a good chicken broth, that's it. But one thing that I was thinking about today is that I think the only change I'm going to make to my lunch next week will be to remove the carrots. I love carrots, but I'm just not feeling them. I'm gonna finish them out this week, and I feel like I'd be forcing myself to continue next week with it. And I think it'd be good to kind of change up my veggies here and there, but I probably will stick to the cucumbers and peppers next week. But I might pick up some shrimp, because I really did enjoy on Monday putting a couple pieces of shrimp there as some added protein, because I'm feeling a little hungry. So I don't know, I'm gonna continue eating the way I'm eating. I'm gonna continue trying to stay hydrated and not fill in with some additional snacks here and there as I feel like, I'm hungry. I think I'm just, to put it bluntly, not a medical professional. I'm just probably making this up. It's mental. I feel like I'm maybe detoxing a little bit from just having a way too many calories the past couple days from like New Year's Day up until Sunday. It was just a free-for-all, going out, enjoying myself, having some fun. I could have still eaten really good and had fun, but I snacked a little bit too much. And so I think my body's just kind of going through this, like, what are you doing? Do you really want to do this? Maybe you should go get a little something extra because I think you're hungry. I know I'm eating enough calories. So I think it's like when you know you're eating enough calories and you're eating really good food, I think sometimes your body just has an adjustment period, and that's where I'm at right now. And it's literally day 4. So I don't need to make any overhaul or changes to anything other than I just think next week the carrots are gonna go. Maybe I throw some green beans in the mix. I don't know, we shall see. Maybe that's my excitement these days, is just adding veggies in and out of my lunch. Yep, that's where my life is going right now. That's okay. I've admitted that maybe I need to do that for the time being. That's where my excitement, no, I'm just kidding. I find excitement everywhere else. But anyway, I'm gonna go eat my lunch and continue with my day at work and just relax. And later I have another gym session where I am doing the second. I have 2. So first one was Monday. Today's my second of the series of the program that I just built for myself to just slowly get myself to, build some strength and get into a routine. All right, so after a long day of work, a lot of just unexpected things popping up, I just calculated in my head, walking to and from the gym, my warm up, my cool down, my strength training session, and then just getting a little bit of incline walking in. I decided, you know what, to cut a little bit of time, I'm gonna go right downstairs and I am gonna go to my gym in my condo. I had to modify, I think, 2 of the things on my list, but by modify, I mean, instead of using a calf raise machine, I just did standing calf raises. That's what I mean by modify. So it wasn't anything like super dramatic, but I made the right decision because I am very, very tired. I just want to eat dinner and I want to relax. I want to wind down and just call it a day. Hopefully get through the day with no temptations. Just happy I was able to do everything that I set out to do today. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of mobility work again tonight. Just I'm feeling a little stiff in the hips. It happens, when you just go from not doing much for a week to then all of a sudden strength training. I'm not doing super heavy stuff, but strength training and then doing some run and walk. Just wanna make sure I'm being careful, but my chicken thighs are starting to smell really, really good. I just used a little bit of Mission barbecue seasoning on it. And only a little bit, because a little goes a long ways, because I thought that I was like, oh, let me season it more the last time I used it. And wow, did I have a kick, and I'm a baby for spice. But I am counting down the minutes until my dinner is ready because I am hungry. And don't you just love how this dog sits on the couch like a human? You didn't work at all. You laid there all day on your heating pad. And that's how you are, just chilling? Oh, to come back as Rosie in my next life. So for dinner tonight, we are having some baby broccoletti with a little bit of olive oil and garlic on it. It's my favorite. Then I also made some chicken thighs. I seasoned it with Mission barbecue. They have a really good chicken seasoning, chicken rub. Just use it minimally or it can get really spicy. And then lastly, I added a little bit of mashed up avocado on the side just for some healthy fats. This is going to be so good for dinner tonight. Well, we've officially made it through day 4. What a day it has been. I'm currently relaxing on my couch. My dog's already passed out. I have a book. I've been wanting to pick this back up. I'm halfway through the Go One More book by Nick Bare. And I want to read that. And of course, got my wind down glasses ready to go. Don't mock it until you try it. Trust me. I was a skeptic as well. I'm still a skeptic. I feel like there's something I'm missing. Why I wear them for like an hour and I'm just ready to go to bed. My eyes are just ready to shut and I just ease right into the night. I don't know. Maybe could it be a mental thing? I don't know. I find it's just fascinating. Anyway, but overall, I felt today was a great day. Followed my meal plan, went to the gym, and got a decent amount of movement in today throughout the day, just trying to get up a little bit more. And I got on my walking pad, but I wasn't able to get the camera out because I had to move quick before a meeting that popped up on my calendar. But one thing I do want to say is that what I've noticed today is that shift in mindset. It's a shift in mindset of being a little bit more aware of like me and my time and how to better utilize it throughout the day for me to be able to hit the goals that I want to hit. And I noticed that the past couple weeks that my schedule at work was all over the place. And I get it. It was the end of the year and we're trying to get stuff done. And we have last minute launches and testing and fixing errors and new systems and just everything, along with being the holidays, that I just was finding myself at a rush to be able to just get Rosie out for a walk. Then I would hop on for something around lunchtime and then have 5 minutes, whip up something, get back to my desk. And so today, as busy as it was, I had a little block of time around 12:30. And as I was just about to get up from my desk, somebody messages me and says, "Hey, do you have 15 minutes? I just want to run through, some of this reporting." And I said, any chance we can do it around this time? And I just need to get Rosie out for a walk and I need to quickly eat something. It's been a busy day so far. And typically in the past, I don't know why I wasn't doing that. I feel like the past couple months, I just haven't done that. And once you say like, can I just give me 15, 20 minutes? Sure, absolutely, no problem. Just ping me when you're back at your desk type of thing. And it dawned on me when I said that, and it was like, no big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. It's never been a big deal. But it's just something that I just got out of the habit of doing. And so I couldn't be happier that I just took a minute and said I needed to step away, need to prepare my lunch type of thing. Because that's normal. That's the normal. I shouldn't be at my desk 8, 9, 10 hours without being able to pop up quickly to literally to walk into my kitchen and make something. But that's one of my biggest lessons that I learned today is just, being a little bit more of an advocate for my time so that I can hit my goals. And this isn't a goal that's going to impede on work or anything, but it was just more of a, hey, I just have to step away for a couple minutes. So, but yeah, we're 4 days in and I got a long road ahead of me. I think the weekend's going to be the toughest, but we're not there yet. But I definitely am going to have those chicken thighs again. 100% will have those chicken thighs again. But yeah, gonna wrap up Thursday, get my glasses on, read a little bit. I wouldn't even be surprised if I am not asleep in the next hour. Well, it's 7 a.m. and I feel like I've lived 1,000 lives. I've been up since about 4:45 with some work things and just trying to shift around some of my priorities this morning. And because some meetings are popping up and moving around for whatever reason, it's It's that type of industry I'm in. I'm used to it at this point, but it does throw me off a little bit when I'm trying to stick to a specific schedule when it comes to like my health and eating. So this morning I decided I was just gonna make some protein coffee because I'm not gonna be able to make my fruit smoothie until probably closer to like 9:30. And I can't go this duration without having something in my system, especially some protein. I would prefer it to have been a whole food, a little bit less processed. But that's why I said I wasn't gonna do 100% whole foods diet, because I feel like I would have been scrambling of what do I do. I only have like a couple minutes to tell you all what's happening this morning before I have to, you know, pop back on the computer and then eventually make myself look presentable for the day. But still have my water with electrolytes and creatine, and I'm just gonna have my coffee with some of the protein shake in it, and I'm gonna drink the rest of this, and then I'm gonna keep on going with the day. It's gonna be a fun one. I just know it. It has been quite a day. So I never made it to get my smoothie. I didn't have enough time to make it, even though it only takes me 5 minutes to make. So I'm a little bit behind on calories, and let me tell you, by around 11:30, I was feeling it. So I found a little bit of a gap, took Rosie out for a walk. It is so cold. I'm already starting to drink my bone broth, really just because I want my hands to be on the cup. It's like under 12 degrees, I think, with the wind chill. I think it might be like 8 now, and it's just gonna keep dipping. But my lunch is the exact same that it's been all week, and I'm perfectly fine with it. The cottage cheese, the Parmesan cheese, the cucumbers, carrots, peppers, you know, and like I said, my bone broth. I think I'm gonna see how I feel in about 2 or 3 hours before I go and just do a little run walk. If I feel a little depleted, maybe I'll make like a little yogurt bowl. But ideally, if I could hold off just a little bit, I think I'll have, instead of like 2 tacos for dinner, I'll do 3. So maybe I'll just have a little bit more voluminous dinner. And to be honest with you, who couldn't love another taco? But I think this is the realities of days like this. This is a perfect use case for me to go back and just see how I could have done things a little bit better. Maybe I can find myself 1 or 2 little like yogurt drinks to keep on hand, or maybe like just say, hey, I need 5 more minutes and be 5 minutes late to a meeting so I could whip up my smoothie. Ideally, I don't like to skip a meal, and I definitely felt it, even though, like, you know, we're on GLP-1s, right? And they're supposed to have the appetite suppression and, you know, just help us eat a little bit less, but my body cannot go low calories. It screams, girl, get the fuel you need to eat. And I can feel it right now. So that's why I'm gonna crush this lunch and just see how the day goes if I like throw another little meal in. But this is a perfect opportunity for me to think about what little things I can have on hand. Maybe ideally I could have had this, you know, earlier and then had my smoothie now, because this took me all of like 2 minutes to put on a plate because all my veggies are already prepped and cut. So that's something I could consider in the future, or just gonna think through some options. But this isn't a lot of food. I mean, it's got a lot of protein, decent amount of calories, but nowhere near what my body needs, especially like losing out on my nice little fruit smoothie. So yeah, this is how the day goes. And it's just gonna keep getting busier, but I'm gonna not think about anything else other than what my plan is for today with the gym and my dinner. I'm not gonna let any distractions come in. I'm not gonna think like something's more convenient than me taking the time to make the taco meat tonight. We're not gonna do that. That's the old me. This is the new me. Like I said, we're not supposed to say old me, new me, whatever for new year. What, new year, new me? But this is the area where I need the new me, the new mindset. So I'm back from the gym. Picture this. Perfect run walk series, got the treadmill I wanted, did the massage table afterwards. As I'm bundling up in my coat, I'm like, oh, I gotta run into Wegmans because I need to get some lettuce for my tacos tonight. And I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll also just grab a sparkling water because I do need to get some more. I just don't feel like carrying a case, so I'll just buy a bottle. And I was like, just go in and get those 2 items. Let me tell you, this might be my first non-scale victory. And backstory, if I go into Wegmans, I'm coming out with more than what I need. It's my downfall. And what happened? Receipt to prove it. Got 2 items. Well, it's already opened. Got my iceberg lettuce and I got a sparkling water, and that is it. I call that my big win of the week so far. And let me tell you, I'm going to enjoy it. I have to celebrate these small wins because as soon as you walk in and you see the cookies, you're like, I mean, it's a cookie. How bad can just one cookie be? Then I get the cookie and then I was like, okay, well maybe I need this as well. And the next thing you know, my dinner is bigger and I spiral. Anyway, wanted to share that because I think that's just one of those things that we all have to do every once in a while, is just celebrate those small non-scale victories. And dinner is almost done. I am really hungry. I'm making tacos tonight. Very simple, just plain tacos, not going overboard with a lot of the fixins or anything. Just want to eat my dinner, shower, and just start to wind down because today was just absolutely hectic. But I'm so proud of myself for that. So here is tonight's dinner. I ended up going with 3 tacos because I did not have much in terms of a breakfast this morning. So I'm a little bit behind on calories, but it's really just taco shells, lettuce, taco meat, and cheese. And it is just so good. Let me tell you about these. And I've talked about this on and probably in another video, but these taco shells are the absolute best. And it's not because, yes, well, yeah, they have really good ingredients. They just taste so good and fresh every time I buy them. But yeah, I'm gonna go crush this dinner right now and start my wind down. Just sitting here with my little sidekick. Rosie's ready for wind down. I think she knows, like when she sees the glasses, she's like, oh, I'm gonna get to go on the couch and relax. I mean, she's on the couch all day, but she's gonna get to just have some time with me and relax. But one of the things I did not bring up today because of the chaos of the morning was my sleep score. So 98%. I don't know. I know you can get 100. I don't know if I could get any better than 98%. And maybe that's something I'll strive for this year. But 98% to me just means that all the things that I'm doing are heading in the right direction. And the fact that I'm getting such optimal sleep when I have essentially rolled out a new training program, I'm run walking now, and I'm eating a little bit more cleaner, less processed. No, there's gonna be days I could replicate exactly what I'm doing and I could probably have a 90%, but these are just metrics I think are fun. I don't live and die by all the gadgets that I like to wear and track and everything, but I forgot to mention that this morning, and I think that that is just a testament to, you know, all the work that I did last year to improve my sleep and how I'm rolling it over into this year. And I just picked little things to work on, like, you know, at what time, originally it was what time do I stop drinking water so I don't have to get up and pee in the middle of the night. And then it was like, okay, let me build a consistent go to bed at this time. Consistently was able to do that, you know, most of the week. I know things pop up. And then it was, okay, I want to get up consistently at this time. Then it was like, when do I stop eating? So I like layered everything on and was working through it. And I feel like I'm in such a good place right now. But I wanted to share that as I'm getting ready to kind of essentially wind down and see what tomorrow brings. Another day, another cup of decaf coffee with 2 scoops of collagen peptides and some grass-fed half and half. And today I am having lemonade electrolytes in my water. Can't wait to get replenished. Feeling a little tired this morning. What a start to a Friday, let me tell you. Usually on Fridays, I mentally, if you hear my chair squeaks a little bit, but I usually have to like mentally prepare myself for the day ahead. Fridays are one of the busiest days of the week for me in terms of work. And it's usually a lot worse than what I went through yesterday. But this morning it was like so quiet on the Slack channels. My emails weren't like blowing up. And I was like, is there an outage? Because there was that big Verizon outage the other day. And I was like, is there an outage? Is there something wrong? Am I not getting the emails? Like, I'm like, I'm just like thinking, like, what's going on instead of like, oh,
we really crushed it this week with what we needed to do to set ourselves up for success that led us to a day like today where we're able to ease into, you know, just the work that we had planned for today. And there aren't any like major emergencies or last minute launches or anything. And it was just so funny how like I was like bracing myself for today. And now I'm like, I just logged in and I'm taking a look at everything. And I was like, okay, I think today's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. And if it's not, at least I know I have a 3-day weekend. And I think that's probably why like people had probably were just like head down getting stuff done so that they can, you know, we could all enjoy our 3-day weekend. But once again, I like this smoothie a lot. It's so simple and so easy to make. And it's got, you know, a good amount of protein and fiber in it. And I just like, you know, throwing in some of those hemp hearts as well. I mean, that helps with fiber, but also it's like a good, a good omega 6 or something. I'm not going to go into exactly the profile or breakdown of it, but I at least know that I want to drink this again next week. And if I get tired of it after next week, there's variations that I can do to this and change it up. But I really like making smoothies, and it's simple. And once again, there's maybe like a tweak I would make to like my lunch next week, but outside of like everything I have done so far this week, I feel like that's a really good starting blueprint for me. And that's what I always like recommend to everybody is like, you know, when you go into, like in my case, like I wanted to just go into this new, like, you know, just build myself up with, you know, some really good habits to start the year. Maybe I started a little bit later, like a week later, but I just like, I wanted to write down the things that bring me joy. I sound like Maria Kondo right now with the organizing, but it just, what brings me joy and what are the things I can do? And the moment I put that in place, I didn't feel overwhelmed. Like I'm now on Friday, started this on Sunday, and I don't feel like at all this entire week, I did anything that I would like, be like, oh my God, this is going to be tough. Like 2 workouts a day or trying to run like 30 minutes instead of like easing into a 1 walk. Like I set myself up for success this week. And that feels really, really good. And I'm just going to take it week by week as I go through this, but knowing that everything is set. My workouts are set. What I like to eat is set. I can make little minor tweaks to some dinners here and there. And I might track a little bit next week just to make sure I'm getting enough protein. But I really just want my emphasis to be on like calories and protein at some point. And I only weighed in once, and I do not plan on weighing myself until 30 days in. So every chapter that I'm doing in this, I'm only going to weigh in the beginning and I'm going to weigh in at the end of 30. And that's just for me to understand that these habits I built are going to get me to the goals that I want, and I don't have to overanalyze everything. But great start to a Friday. And I already know what my gym routine will be later. And I also know that, you know, being off this week, I'm off this weekend, obviously, but being off on Monday, like Saturdays and Sundays, now I don't try to like build in any particular workout. It's more just emphasizing movement throughout the day and just having some recovery days. And, you know, always knowing that I have that backup. If something happens during the week, I could shift one day, another day. I don't want to, but it's there. As before, I kind of didn't set myself up for success, but knowing that I'm going to get through today, and then I got some fun things to do this weekend, and just going to kick it up all over again. But yeah, what a great start to a Friday, other than the fact that I am cold. So maybe I should have put gloves on, you know, wearing this, or I should have got my heating blanket out. I don't know. But once again, still a great start to the day. Here is my lunch, nothing different than most of this week. I got my bone broth, my cottage cheese that I'll be dipping some cucumbers, carrots, peppers in, and a little another piece of cheese, and just some pistachios. Gotta get back to work. Well, this is not the gym. This is me in my car, if you can't tell. But the last second, about an hour or two ago, I got a call saying that my car was ready for me to pick it up from the collision center. And it was actually estimated to be done on Monday. And they said, it's ready today if you want to come get it. If not, we can just hold it until Monday. And I was like, no, I want to come get it. I want my car. I miss my car. There's something about having your car, everything you're used to, everything's in it. Listen, I got the cheapest rental there was available because I'm very cheap with certain things and frugal, and I didn't have to run many places. I didn't have to go into the office the past 2.5 weeks. But because of all of this change of events, I'm going to move my workout to tomorrow. It's not the end of the world. I literally just said this is why I built this plan out to kind of focus on a Monday through Friday scope so that it leaves Saturday and Sunday open for me to do all my obligations that I typically like to do and take a step back from kind of the strictness of like a workout schedule. But then it leaves that flexibility of moving one to one day this weekend. So perfect. Tomorrow I just have a 9:45 appointment. I'm going to go to the gym right after it, crush my workout. And then, I just have some plans with some friends later in the day. And I also have some things on Sunday because I have a lot of friends that love sports. I do too. And we just love to go and watch the games and just relax and go over to somebody's house or just, whatever we have planned, we just plan it out. But yeah, so no gym workout today, but that's okay because it just gets me closer to dinner and not like hungry or anything, but I just loved those tacos. I think I'm going to probably plan in at least every week or every other week having, just making some tacos. And as long as you have it in moderation, that's perfectly fine. Everything that I had with it was so good last night. I feel like everything I had this week was really good, but I'm going to just jot down some things in my, end of the week in my planner just to remember. I'll do a little bit of like a retrospective this weekend and just make mental notes of like all the things I really enjoyed this week that went well. There was a lot more things that went well than I could think of that didn't. But yeah, so I'm ready to get out of the car, out of this cold, and just ready to just kind of get the evening going.
And just like that, it is time for my tacos. Doing 3 tonight, same exact thing. Taco shells, cheese, some taco meat, and some shredded lettuce. Just sticking to my plan, but so excited for this tonight. Just took my last Mounjaro pen. Oh, it's been a long, long road since March of 2023, off and on from Mounjaro to compounded Tirzepatide and finishing up these pens. So starting next week, I will be on semaglutide. That should be interesting. Stay tuned for that to see how I do switching over, how I feel. Will it impact my weight loss? Will it have a positive impact on my weight loss? We shall see. But yeah, it just dawned on me. I got my reminder to go ahead and take my shot. And I was like, oh my God, this is the last one. End of an era. Now, you never know if I go back on compounded Tirzepatide in the near future, if the prices go down, or also, who knows? I'm sure retrospection is whatever that name, probably just butchered it. Who knows how much that's going to cost. But hey, it's a trickle effect. Maybe Tirzepatide's price will drop in a couple months. Semaglutides will drop even more. They just came out with the pill form. So we shall see where the market goes. But yeah, end of an era.